I'm back in my house. It has been a couple weeks. I hired a company to remove the asbestos in the floor, and they took off the top layer of linoleum, completely exposed the asbestos felt, which is the gray you see here, and then left and said the job was done. So still on a bit of a pause, looking for a real company to come remove this because yeah, so no progress has been made in the month of January. Asbestos is a nightmare. So I got a real company in and they took out all the asbestos on the floor. And if we take a look underneath the 2 layers of asbestos actually in this floor, there's this interesting carpet that is made out of burlap. Looking here, you can see the floor is just in such rough condition. So it's gonna be coming out. All of the floor over there is coming out. And then I can start leveling the floor joists underneath. I'm taking the floorboards off of the bottom floor, and it's not looking good over there. My hope was to sister joist, put a piece of wood attached on either side, or on one side to level it out. But looking at this beam, there's just a lot of damage, and a lot of these beams, as I'm pulling the floorboards out, they're pretty soft. So I might have to be fully replacing the first floor as well. So that should be fun. So this was not the plan when I originally bought this. As I've been taking pieces down, I just keep finding more problems. I had hoped to just, I hoped to just go to the studs and then throw some flat drywall up and go from there, but I found rot. This whole beam down the center, there's a lot of termite rot. A lot of these beams along here aren't, like this beam here is not even attached anymore. There's one over there not attached. And so the more I uncover, the more problems I find, which is why I keep demoing more and more, which is not ideal, but it's fine. It's good to know that like this whole beam is rotted, those 2 beams up there are completely rotted, so they need to be replaced anyway. But this has become far more of a project than I expected. It's been really cool to see the inside of a house, but yeah, I'm gonna have to I have a couple more feet of floorboards to remove, and then these floor joists are probably coming out. All of this duct work and all of the wiring, that's the next thing to get removed before I take out the beams. you just collecting rocks now?
Yeah.
Do you want to go
I'm
back?
not even gonna help anymore.
Do you want to go back to digging?
I've done my swings. Where's my other? Maybe this is the other piece of the wall. That's why I couldn't find it. It was right at my feet all along. There's another piece. Well, that's really fun. This is my souvenir.
I'm glad this requires a souvenir.
It does. I love it. Put it up with a little rock collection. I started. What is
Canadian Shield. Quality farmland.
Oh, this is a nice chunk here. That's an ass boulder.
Your pickaxe is way better.
I'm just stronger than you. That's true. Maybe. I don't think you can actually know that. I'll fight. Not right now. You're busy. We'll see. Yeehaw! That's pretty right. Hold on. Okay, so we have a perimeter.
Ooh, that's a big one.
That's a nice boulder. My baby.
Neighbors lending us this fancy piece of equipment.
reminder. So much.
Okay, so I have a bit of an update to kind of explain what we've been doing here. We've been digging down 6 inches so that we can pour concrete back up to the level that it was before. We dug a trench around the edges where the footing for the walls are going to be. So we dug below 6 inches even further down. And then after that I put down a vapor barrier and then 2 inches of styrofoam, and then the concrete will go over top of that. This blue vapor barrier along the wall, it's like a bubble wrap material, but it's a hard plastic, and so the water can run behind it and it'll go directly below the concrete instead of spilling out on top of the concrete. The next thing to do is to pour the slab and the footing, which will go all together, and then it's going to give me a nice level floor to work with, which will be really nice. And then once that's done, I get to build. Unless I find another room somewhere, this will be the end of the demoing, and the demo's done technically now. Now I'm building. So I'm very excited to start that. My cement's in, so my floor is nice and level. It's looking really good. So the next thing I get to do is start framing and start building. So stay tuned for the next episode.